Good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Saturday, August 5th, day 4 in the Big Brother house, and I am coming to you from the Indiana State Fairgrounds, where I am at the Indiana State Fair in the Coliseum, while a bunch of cows are being led around and being shown. I have family here that are showing animals, and so I am here visiting, and I still wanted to jump on to give you an update, especially these early weeks, these early weeks when things are still going hot and heavy. A lot of times later on in the season, I may not do a Saturday update, but right now, definitely need one because a lot has happened. Since I last talked to you, which was almost 24 hours ago, we have had the nomination ceremony, as it were, where Riley did save Corey and Jared. So now the nominees are Felicia and Kirsten. Kirsten is the target. Felicia is the pawn. I am not going to get every bit here, by the way, because a lot has gone on. I'm going to try to give you the highlights, and don't worry, eviction isn't until Thursday, and we got a lot of time to figure all this out. So you'll get the important bits. The most important bit is that's the nominations. The Power Veto ceremony or competition is today. Right now, the house guests are up and about, but they have not drawn the additional names. So you've got Riley, Felicia, and Kirsten will play in the Power Veto. They will draw 3 more names to play, and then that will be held sometime today. Probably take 5 or 6 hours or more, possibly. It could also be a quickie in an hour, but a lot of times these are like 2 or 3 or 4 hours or 5 or more hours of the whole competition, depending on the kind of competition it is. So we'll know by the end of the day who the Power Veto winner is, and unless Kirsten wins it, she's very likely going to get evicted on Thursday, or unless there's some weird twist. Some people are saying, it's all going to be for naught. It's all going to not matter in the end. But whatever, let's just assume it's a normal week and continue on those thoughts. So Power Veto competition today. Kirsten is likely going to go if she doesn't win it herself. If she wins it, I have read that Luke is a potential backdoor. If you want to look, no, it's not a backdoor. Luke is a potential target. Some people think he's a doctor. He is not in one of the 2 major alliances that formed overnight. So he's kind of on the outs. So Corey seems to have escaped being the second person to get potentially go out. So as far as alliances go, we've got 2 main alliances, but there is other stuff going on. They are adding people. I am going to give you the 6 people in one alliance and the 5 people in the other alliance that I am fairly secure with, even though the names have been adjusted slightly. A couple of these people are edge people that have kind of been added on or glommed on, whatever. The first alliance was Ceray's, I can never say her name right to start with, Ceray's alliance that she has been working on back in that comic bedroom. It's her, it is Izzy, it is Felicia, Mimi is what she's going by in the house, at least by a lot of the people, and who else am I forgetting? See, this is where the problem is. I gotta get. Let me do it again on my hand. I got Felicia, Saray, Izzy, Mimi. I gotta get 2 more. Hi Sam is one of them, and who's my last one? Felicia, Izzy. Oh my gosh, it'll come to me. Anyways, six basically women, or 5 women and 1 man. Felicia came up with a name calling them Bye Bye Bitches. So you've got that going. Oh, did I said Izzy? Yeah, I'm drawing a blank here. Okay, I have to pause and I got to look it up because otherwise I'm going to go crazy. Be right back. Bowie. Gosh, I couldn't come up with Bowie. So Bowie, Izzy, Saray, Felicia, Nicole, and then Hi Sam was another one that they added in. And also Jared is another one that they have mentioned, although he wasn't in the initial naming. As a matter of fact, technically Bowie and Hi Sam weren't in the room when they came up with the name either. Felicia threw it out there and they all reacted like, oh, this is so good. But she said the 6th Bye Bye Bitches, and that's why I go through with the names I came up with without including Jared. But Jared's going to be included because that's Saray's son, or Saray's son. So that's the one alliance that kind of solidified last night in the basement. Sorry, I had to lean out looking at this judging to make sure I'm not missing Missing my niece that's supposed to be out there. The other alliance is basically the hospital room, bedroom group that formed, and they were meeting up in had a household room. And so you have, and this is where my names are going to be messed up again. You have Jag, and you have Riley and Jag. You have Matt. You have Camden, who surprised me because Camden, I thought he was on the outs, but he has managed to get in one of the two big alliances. And then Blue. That is your 5 in that group. That is the 5 core in that group. Now they're trying to add on extra people. I think America was one of them. I don't know. Red I think is kind of leaning one way. There's a whole handful of people that aren't really in these groups. They're being added on as extras. So just for now, just worry about those main people. Let's see what happens. We'll talk more tomorrow, or we'll talk more on Monday. We'll get a better feel for it. Just know alliances have been formed. They aren't going at each other hard or anything. And the entire house seems to want Kirsten out. Nobody is saying, let's save Kirsten. So she's probably going to go. And no one's trying to save Luke either. Luke is not considered trustworthy by some. The other stuff, there's rumors of an 18th house guest. I don't know. I've seen some people saying no. I haven't gotten responses from the people I've checked with yet. But I don't know if they're going to add another person in. The other angle was the potential of a twin. I went through a thing yesterday afternoon. I was like, what about, and someone pointed out that Jag has a brother, or at least someone in his family that looks a lot like him. Not an identical twin. I think he's a brother, but he's not a twin. And then he was saying on Instagram, yeah, we're not twins. So the fact that he's answering is pretty indicative that he's not going in the house. Then someone said they thought Luke might have a twin. I don't know. We'll see. The whole idea of a twins twist would have been interesting because they have done it before and they have made a deal out of it. And but the problem is nowadays with social media, you usually find all these people's social media accounts and you'll know if they had a twin. So someone said they thought Luke might have a twin. Someone said they thought Jag had a twin. So we'll wait and see what happens. Figure it out. Anything else going on today? I don't think so. You know what? I'm gonna wrap it up here and get back to my state fair stuff, and we will keep an eye out for the Power Veto, and I will let you know online who wins and all that good stuff. But in the end, yeah, there's obviously things are afoot. We're day 4 in. We've got a couple of big alliances going. It's turning out to be okay so far. I don't know if I would say my one other thought on Saray, as far as she's doing really good, but she does like to go to bed early. She does like to call it. She's up early, and Izzy is just always on top of her. She's always with her all the time. So she's hanging out in the back bedroom, maybe a little bit too much, that it's going to call attention to her. Izzy is always all over her, tight, clingy, and she doesn't like to stay up late. The staying up late is the bigger concern. You've got to be willing to have flexible hours, and she's going to miss some stuff going on if she doesn't adjust her hours appropriately. So anyways, that's it. I'm going to wrap it up and get back to my cow show. I hope you guys are all well. Thank you again to all of you for listening. Thank you to my patrons. I appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.